Here we are, everyone. We're back. 1 week left of pro golf for the season. It all comes down to this. We've got the top 30 set. The U.S. Ryder Cup, at least the six that are qualified, are set. It's getting there, and it was a very interesting little tournament here. I love like that week one of the playoffs is cool, but this one is cool where you like. I think it's even better where you're seeing all these different golfers trying to like watching the leaderboard for the FedEx Cup playoffs, not just like, it's just so much more interesting.
100%. I mean, watching people fighting and clawing for literally those last couple spots it was pretty entertaining for sure.
Yeah, it was quite frustrating. So the Phillies had that early kickoff game, whatever, 11:30. So I'm trying to watch both, and we got up 6 runs in the second inning. I was like, all right, we're good. I'm going to focus on golf now. Like, we'll be fine. Third inning, it's tied up 6-6, and now I'm back to trying to juggle both.
I know. I bet on the Phillies that game too. So.
And so Rickie starts making this hell of a run. Now he backing up to like end of July. He has been so far out of this thing. Like obviously didn't have a great year, but just climbing sneakily in the ranks and barely snuck into the top 70, right? And then last week he came out and I think he finished 8th to get him high enough to make it to this week for the top 50. And then he came out Sunday. Well, Saturday he played great. But Sunday he came out ready to roll, was making birdie after birdie. A lot of other golfers were struggling, falling back. At one point he was up to 25. And again, I'm feeling safe. And the Phillies were then up 11-6. And I'm like, this is great. It's literally all going to work out. Rickie airmails the green on a 15 by like 30 yards. And I'm like, oh boy. And this is about the same time the Phillies, whoever it was, Duran did not come into the game. We let up 3 runs at the top of the 9th, or the bottom of the 9th, and I was like, oh my God, this is all crumbling down right now. Rickie ends up making double and then bogeys the next and fell back to 33rd. And I was at that point, it's that 17th hole is that like long par 3 over water that like people were not even hitting the green on.
No.
And then 18 is just, he had to eagle 18 to make it in, but
yeah,
he still had a hell of a run. I did see, I don't know if you follow him. He some asshole was like just berating him. Like he posted like a screenshot of the inbox of this guy just like basically was like, retire, you're a fucking loser. And he's like,
right,
this shit doesn't get to me, but it's like, dude, this is like months now of this. Like, what are you doing with your life?
I saw, I don't know if it was Barstool or 4Play or somebody like that. Somebody reposted it, and I saw it. It reminded me of that thing for fucking Homa did the same thing when people were like, they're messaging Homa like, you ruined my fucking bet, you fucking like fucker, and all this other stuff. And it's just, I find it so just out of this world that like an average Joe, like, you have the nuts to not even nuts. Like you go out of your way to tell somebody who's on TV or like a professional that they suck at what they're doing. And while I'm like, what the fuck? Like on what planet is that okay? You know, I don't get it. Like they're just people. Like I don't whatever. Just stupid as shit.
Yeah. And not to mention like where he was last year, he finished like 120th in the standings. If he didn't have that win 2 years prior, he would have lost his tour card. That gave him that exemption. So he was like fighting for top 75 to keep his tour card.
Oh,
so like he's somebody that like would get sponsors exemptions. Like he would have still been around playing and stuff. You know, it's not like he would have just disappeared. But to not only like finish where he needed to stay, but to then grind all the way up to finish 32nd is
I was gonna say,
insane.
Yeah. That's good for him. Because, I mean, everybody, you got to... I don't understand all the Rickie hate. I really don't. I understand I know that's your guy, but, like, I've never understood all the Rickie hate. Like, he's a good guy. He's been in the limelight since he was, like, a fucking kid. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, like, he's been, like, there... He got hot earlier on than a lot of the guys like JT and Spieth did. Like, Rory was about the same age when they started.
I was going to say, yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the guys nowadays were not breaking through with those wins early in his career like that. And it's so hard staying that consistent on tour. And he went 5 years without winning before he came back for the Rocket Mortgage a couple of years ago. But I think that was incredible, the run that he went on. And then the big shout out to the man to get into number 30th, Akshay Bhatia. He is one of my favorite golfers to watch.
I love watching him play. Love it.
And he was out of it. And then Michael Kim was in, and Hovland, of all people, made a putt on 18 for birdie that like put him into a tie with Kim, and it knocked Kim that 1 point behind Bhatia, and Bhatia is snuck in for this is his first ever tour championship, which is going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, I'm a big Viktor fan, so it was funny to watch that. I was like trying to look at like the points that we were going to talk about. I'm like, I wonder if I can break up the Viktor, and then you led right into it. So I love that.
Well, and I saw in the broadcast too, they even showed like the tweet from Michael Kim that was, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was something like, I thought me and Viktor were friends and something like that.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Which, I mean, it's just, it's crazy because like that chance getting into 30th is like, you're 10 strokes behind Scotty Scheffler, but now you're not. This is Akshay has equal chance at it as Scotty does, which is just going to make it an absolute bloodbath this weekend at East Lake.
Does he? I don't think anybody does. That man, Jesus. I know that I'm not trying to glaze the guy, but just if he's anywhere sniffing around the top 10 come Saturday or Sunday, like, see ya. I will put my next week's paycheck on that fucking man.
I got to say, I think this is honestly his most impressive win because he hadn't have Ted Scott with him because Ted was back home dealing with his family matter. So like that last minute change up, and it's like at the same time, Scotty didn't get himself into any like tough situations where Robbie Mack did in certain situations and didn't handle it the best. Like he still played great, but obviously we saw Scotty at Valhalla. He had that round without Ted Scott that was like with the whole arrest too, that like mentally it wasn't right. He still played good. Yeah. But to do this multiple rounds with someone that's never caddied for him before is like
I feel like at that point, like you said it best. He wasn't in any trouble. He pretty much hit the shot, almost every shot, like he wanted to. So at that point, are you really even, other than golfer caddy basics? I mean, he's not really looking to him any more than he would normally with Scott. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't think that it was as daunting of a task to have a new caddy in that situation because he didn't really get into trouble and didn't really. I feel like at that point it was just second nature, Yeah, and I mean it is a course that they play every year for the BMW. So like he knows the course, and it was the Saturday and Sunday round, but it's just that's a big difference. Like we know these guys are so set in their routines, and not having him there. I'm sure the biggest one that he had to jump in was when Scotty missed that like 2.5 footer. But like that was
he's good at resetting. And I think another thing was like Bobby Mack just like he made some bogeys early that were not expected, right? For that 4-stroke swing in those first few holes, it not that it like made it easy for Scotty, but it certainly set him up where he still made up the strokes, but it wasn't like he was trying to overcome this huge deficit that everyone was like, there's 4 strokes is tough for anybody, let alone Scotty Scheffler. But to have a few given back too certainly helped. But I mean, Rob McIntyre, he's also been hot lately too. He's been right up there in the mix.
I almost threw some money on him on the live bet. I was going to throw down a couple bucks just to see, maybe Scheffler he'll fuck up somewhere.
Well, and that's the thing. Well, I don't look at what the odds were, but once Scotty took the lead too, I'm sure the odds for those other guys were probably great because it's like how often does he blow something like that?
I want to say he was like plus 280. I think it was around there. So even a couple bucks would have been like 20, something like that, just to have a little extra. But yeah, I mean, give Scotty a lead. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna right now. I don't think he's losing any of it.
Yeah. And Sam Burns was up there in the mix again. I think something. Obviously, him and Scotty are close.
He was tied for fourth, I think.
Yeah, and I think he even struggled a little down the stretch. I think he might have been up there. Like he was only like a stroke or two back. sometimes. But I think that would be one hell of a battle on Sunday here at East Lake. Get some of the other guys up there. Like there was these other big names where it was a weird leaderboard where there was a lot of people in that like 14 under to like 8 under, and then there was like a gap and everyone else kind of struggling. But I mean, like McIlroy snuck up there late. Mm-hmm. Tommy Fleetwood was up there in the mix again.
Keegan was up there too.
Yeah. And I mean, we said it before. I mean, Keegan's fighting to get up there in that top 6. I mean, now he can't make the top 6, but like I don't know. If he's 7 or 8, I think he picks himself, but he certainly has some work to do. If he wins, even top 5, I think.
I was just going to say, even if he's top 5, I think he's got to play, right? Yeah.
Because you got to think top 5 playing against the top 30 of the year. It's probably the top 20 golfers or so in the world.
Yep.
That are up there ranking. So like to be up there with that is just proving.
Who are the top 6 right now? I know that Bryson snuck in. He qualified for it. But I don't
JJ Spawn, Harris English. Yep. Scotty's number 1, obviously. Scotty's like twice as many points as JJ Spawn.
Yeah.
I think it's Scotty, JJ, Harris English, JT. I think no, not JT. JT's up in the FedEx, but not there. Xander is still up there because of the majors he won last year.
Yep.
And then Russell Henley, of all people, just because of the consistency, he's way up there in points in the FedEx and in the rankings. But that's the 6 that they're rolling with the auto blocks. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who he picks coming down. That comes out here actually. No, not this week. Next Wednesday.
It's next week
before the next episode, it'll be locked in. And I honestly think if I had to take a sneaky pick with who else he's going to pick, I think he rolls with Ben Griffin. Ben Griffin's been real hot lately.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. He was tied for 12th. So, I mean, just outside the top 10 this past week. So,
did you see how he, I actually had this on my list to talk about. I don't know if you saw his scorecard for yesterday, Sunday. So he starts off triple bogeys the first hole, double bogeys the second, bogeys the third, and then from 4 through 18 went 7 under to post a 1 under.
1 under for the day. Holy fuck! All right, dude.
So he had an interview after with like what was happening out there. He 4-jacked on the first hole. Mm-hmm. So he is a big proponent on he taking like creatine supplements, right? He normally does it
overdose creatine.
Yeah, so he normally takes it like I think before the range session. It's something happened later, but it was like the bottom of the container, and there was like the clumpy shit that didn't mix in, and he basically inhaled the clump of it, and then was like shaking so much that he 4-putted from 5 feet. And the caddy, like his caddy didn't know what to do at first because he's like, we've been up. Like what happened?
Stroke? What are you
doing?
You
know what I mean? Like, then they ended up, the caddy got him to pound of water on 2. I think he still 2-putted on 2, made double, but then like that time it was like out of his system. He was locked in and then just rattled off birdie after birdie and got all the way back there. But like, that's just.
What a fucking guy.
I can't imagine that like shake, like I get like that jitteriness, which is like why we drink like our new sponsor Course Record, because it's that jitter-free energy. But imagine like having that and trying to putt from 5 feet. Like first off, you're trying to putt from 5 feet at a PGA Tour event with the top 50 players, but then
put in
trying to do it
having a fucking panic
with that.
Like your heart's having a panic attack.
You're trying to make the top 30. You're trying to make the Ryder Cup team, and your hands are just shaking away. And the video of him 4-putting is just lip out after lip out, back and forth.
Poor guy.
And it's not even, like now and then you'll see those clips of like somebody like putting, and then like as soon as the ball stops, they're just like frustrating. He's like taking his time and just can't calm his hands down. But
that's so fucking funny.
Bounced back, posted the score he needed to, and he's moving on. So
I love that. Good for him.
Yeah. I mean, I think a big thing, obviously, this week is if Ted Scott's back. Obviously, Scotty doesn't play bad at this course, but not having that stroke lead, it's kind of anyone's game. Just because it doesn't lay out well for him. Rory's someone that likes it. I mean, it could be a cool battle with those two coming down the stretch. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be I'm slightly worried because I don't like this new format idea. I think it needs to be some stroke difference. But if we get a duel or like just a bunch of names on the top of the leaderboard fighting for this thing down the stretch, I think the PGA Tour is going to keep it because that's what they want.
But I think that's the whole reason why they changed it, right? Nobody wants to tune in. I'm a big component for it. I don't want to tune in if Scotty has a 10-stroke lead before this fucking thing starts. Why would I want to watch that? I know that he's going to go out, and the best player on planet Earth right now is not going to take any chances. Like, he's not going to go out there and on a par 5, when he's got, 240 in or 200 in, I want him to go for it. He's not going to do that. He's going to fucking lay it up or he's going to hit the middle of the green. And I'm going to watch all these guys that are clawing for it. Like now, like you said, you got Akshay and Scotty with the same. They're starting right from scratch. Yeah. I want to see what they're going to do. Prime example, you're talking about right now. Keegan Bradley's got everything in the world to play for. You're telling me that he's not going to go out there, and even if he had a stroke lead, like obviously he's going to take a lot of chances, but now he's going to go out there and he's going to play a meticulous golf game, but he's also going to go out there and take some big shots that you're like, oh, yeah. That's the Keegan from like 10 years ago that everybody loves. And now he's like, trying to earn his keep. Same with JJ. I think JJ's the kind of guy too that he just wants to go out there and he wants to show like, hey, every tournament he plays, he looks like he's striking the ball like I belong here. And because a lot of people kind of, regardless of his story. But I'm a big, it's going to make me watch knowing that there isn't like somebody off to a big lead already, Yeah.
It's just weird to me. Like, I don't know. I guess I look at it similar to like F1 where it's like you have the overall driver standing. So like, it's like, that's how it used to be. But then that's very different than how it's been these last few years. Way back it was like there was the year that like Tiger came out of nowhere and won the tournament, but he didn't win the overall championship type of thing. Like, I almost think it was cooler that way. Because then it does reward both, like whoever's playing best at that moment, but also whoever played best for the entire season. Right. Because that's where it's like, I mean, Scotty, I'm not saying Scotty deserves to win it, but he's won how many times? 5 times this year.
Fifth
you know what I mean? He has one off day, just one round that it's off, and it's not like he's still not going to be the golfer of the year, but it's just, it's a little different. It's weird in that aspect of it, but it, like you said, it gives these other names so much to play for. And you had some names that really snuck in these past few weeks too in the top 30. So it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, for sure.
The one last thing I wanted to kind of add here. So we're getting up to the go zone here for the baby. So we didn't find out the gender. So
I know.
You know Mark Titus from Barstool. He does the Yak, mostly sports show.
Yeah.
So what they did in the Yak, they didn't find out either. This was like early in the summer, and I love this idea. So we're going to do it now. Instead of announcing what it was, he simply told the listeners of the Yak, if it's a boy, I'm going to post this GIF. If it's a girl, I'm going to post this GIF. So my favorite clubs in the bag right now are my putter and my wedge. So we're gonna do that. If it's a boy, there's going to be a photo of the putter. And if it's a girl, there will be a photo of the wedge. So only the true listeners, the John Kellys, will know when you see one of these clubs just show up on my feed.
So if you see the club, to know that you listen, put the color corresponding heart or something. So putter was boy, we'll do a blue heart. Wedge, pink heart for the girl. We'll do that.
Only the true listeners. Those fun Easter eggs. I just thought that was so brilliant. And then
it's great. I love that. Do you have a preference? Do you care if it's a boy or a girl? Do you
not really. No. Right. And I think it was kind of nice not finding out because now everything we have is not like all pink or all blue. Like it's like a wide mix.
Morgan and I told Morgan about your guys' decision, and like I just. Because we found out early, whatever, and Morgan was like, "That's fucking crazy," because it's like a good crazy, like holy shit, like how do you? I would want to know right away. I'm like, how do you not go through and prepare it all? But honestly, more power to you. I think it's cool as shit. And then, I secretly hope you have a girl because then we both have girls. We both have no clue what we're doing, and then they can start golfing together. We'll have club twirls with the Basic Bogey girls. Dude, come on.
There we go. I hate to do this to give him a shout out back-to-back weeks, but Anthony Vega won't shut up about if it's a boy or a girl. Every rehearsal he's asking, and because he doesn't get because he can't keep a secret from anybody.
No.
And that really sucks that I had to shut him out like back-to-back weeks like this. He's gonna be in some mood here.
Whatever.
But that's the plan here. Is we're in the go zone here, as he likes to say.
Yeah. Big shout out to Carrie. Saw her this past weekend. She looked great. I asked her, I was like, are you ready for this to be done? She's like, I've been ready for months. I was like, I believe it.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap this episode up here. We're gonna bring on Anthony Muccio, one of my good friends. We had him on last year as he was just getting started in golf. So this is part 2 of the beginning golfer, following his journey from literally never swinging a club to now he's played in his second ever scramble this past weekend and is playing weekly at this moment. Came fresh off the range. I couldn't believe that.
That's so funny.
Thanks for watching today's episode.
To see more of our content, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. We can be found at Basic Bogeys on all platforms.
Thanks. We hope to see you on the next one.